Hello, John Glenn community. I am Ron Brown, the Vice Principal here at John Glenn. Welcome to our virtual Veterans Day program. Please join us in our choir in singing of our national anthem.
Good morning. This is Mr. Goert, Principal, Uri Middle School. Would you please rise and remove your headgear? Stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated.
This is the time of our program that we would like to recognize those who are serving, those who have served, and those who have connections with veterans. Would all current service men and women please stand and remain standing? Now, anyone who is a veteran, please stand and remain standing. If you have a parent, sibling, or other family member who is a veteran or active service member, please stand and remain standing. And finally, if you have a friend that is in the active military member or a veteran, please stand and remain standing. Look around at all those who have a connection with the veterans and are members of the military. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Tim Davis. I'm principal of Walkton Elementary School. Our program to honor our esteemed veterans continues with a special musical tribute played by our wonderful John Glenn High School band, the Ballads of the Armed Services.
Greetings. I'm Randy Romer, principal at North Liberty Elementary School. On behalf of the students and staff, we would like to say thank you to all the men and women, past and present, who have served and continue to protect our country. Your sacrifice and dedication is much appreciated, and we say thank you. Up next are students from different buildings sharing their thoughts on Veterans Day.
So thank you guys for coming in today. I'm going to ask you a few questions regarding Veterans Day. So this one's for you, Joe. What is your connection to the United States military?
Our grandpa, Kenneth, he served in the military.
And what branch and when and what was his rank?
He was a private during peacetime between World War II and Korean War.
And then this is for you, Cecilia. What does having a service member in your family mean to you?
Having a service member in my family makes me proud and makes us both proud and thankful for his service, as well as people who are serving right now.
All right, thank you guys.
Thanks.
Hi, Chloe and Carly. What is your connection to Veterans Day?
Our father is in the military.
Awesome. What does Veterans Day mean to you?
Veterans Day is kind of one of those holidays where not a lot of people can understand the true meaning of it, but definitely somebody who is like a part of the military family, they can definitely get like a real picture of what it means. Being the family of a veteran, it gives you so much respect for other veterans and even the soldiers if they haven't gone overseas. It gives you like a real respect for the people.
That's great. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
My name is Blaze Sheeks. I am 13 years old, an 8th grade student at Uri Middle School. My father served in the United States Navy submarine service for about 11 years, basically the majority of my life. My dad was deployed a few times. One time he was stationed in Spain and France in continental Europe. Another time he was in Bahrain, and while he was there, a missile attack happened nearby. What Veterans Day means to me is honoring the sacrifices of those who have served. I appreciate the courage and dignity of those who serve while missing birthdays, holidays like Christmas and Thanksgiving, and maybe even a child's first steps. The men and women of our military give so much for their families, friends, and country so that we may continue to exercise our freedoms that are bestowed upon us: life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. I'm proud of my dad. He's one of those people who gave their all to protect our country and its freedoms. Thank you for honoring him and thinking of him and others on Veterans Day.
Hi, my name is Gabe Goodsell. I'm in 7th grade here at Uri Middle School. Veterans Day is a time to remember where we can give thanks to those who served our country, the United States of America. I have a different idea of what it means for me. Everybody, their dad is a hero. My dad is my hero. I always thought my dad was the greatest because he was in the Marine Corps for 4 years. When he came out injured, it was devastating, but my dad has been called a lot of things, such as a good husband, a good father to me and my 3 sisters, and a good son, a good athlete. He has 2 state titles for soccer, but most of all, he is a good Marine. I think that other than me and my 2 sisters, this is the thing he is most proud of. My dad came out in the Marines with a back injury, but I think my dad would relive those days any day of the week. His injury provides me with benefits, which I am very grateful for. But I would much rather my dad be safe and healthy and have no pain, because he gives all his time and effort to make sure me and my sisters grow up and are great human beings. Thank you to those that served our country, and most of all, thank you to my dad.
Hi, my name is Riley Albright. I am a student at North Liberty Elementary School. Veterans Day. Veterans Day is an official United States holiday which honors people who have served in our armed services. These men and women are known as veterans. It is a federal holiday that is observed on November 11th. Veterans Day is a day set aside that helps us remember the anniversary of the end of World War I. World War I battles were formally ended on the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month of 1918. We celebrate Veterans Day each year as a time to be decided that cause of world peace. We thank all of our veterans for serving and giving to make our country free, peaceful, and strong.
Hi, I am a student at North Liberty Elementary School. My name is Ava Littrell. On Veterans Day, we honor all who answered to a service call, soldiers young and soldiers old, fought for freedom, brave and bold. Some have lived while others have died. All of them deserve our pride. We're proud of all the soldiers who kept thinking of red, white, and blue. They fought for us and all our rights. They fought through many days and nights. And though we may not know each name, we thank all our veterans just the same.
Good morning. My name is Caleb Brantley, and I would like to share my essay with you on Veterans Day. For veterans, thank you for bravely doing what we're called to do so we can safely do what we're free to do. I am thankful for veterans because they are out there risking their lives right now, protecting their country. They are spending time far away from their families doing work on protecting their country for us. They can't see their families for a long time, maybe like 4 or 5 years. They are being tested to see how strong they are and seeing how far they can go. They are being pepper sprayed in the eyes for us. They are being worked for us, getting stronger and fighting to protect our country. Thank you, risking their lives every day. That's why I'm so thankful for them. Caleb Brantley.
Okay. Good morning. My name is Leah Wilson, and I would like to share with you my essay on Veterans Day. Thank you, veterans. We thank you, veterans, for all you have done. We owe you all our respect and kindness. You help make our world and lives better than they could have been. You don't ever ask for things for yourself and are always caring for others than yourself. Abraham Lincoln once said, "Those who deny freedom for others deserve it not for themselves." That saying is very powerful and bold. Some words that describe veterans are heroic, warm-hearted, important, bold, thoughtful, courageous, and more. They are constantly trying to make the world a better place not only for themselves, but for others. Close your eyes for a second and think. What would happen if we didn't have veterans and soldiers? I have lots of veterans in my family. My uncle, my great-grandpa, my grandpa, and more. My papa's great-uncle served in World War II. I think veterans are inspiring, talented, and so many more amazing things. Would you fight for our country like they did? Thank you, veterans. Leah Wilson.
At this time, it is a privilege and an honor to introduce one of our current staff members who is a veteran. Mr. Keith Miola is a veteran of the United States Air Force. He ended up being a master sergeant. Mr. Miola has agreed to speak as a part of our program here. We couldn't be any more proud of Mr. Keith Miola. I now turn it over to Mr. Miola.
Thank you for coming in today. What reasons do you have for coming in today to talk about Veterans Day?
Yes, well, Veterans Day is a very important day to honor veterans, both living and past. So I was just asked to come in to share some of my experiences being in the Air Force.
Thank you for your service.
Oh, thank you.
What made you want to serve in the Air Force?
Well, initially I wish I could say that it was because of a sense of duty and serving my country, which it was later on. But initially, I had gone to college, quite honestly dropped out of college, worked for a couple years, and then looking for a way for me to go back to school, learn, get a career, get some skills under my belt to be more marketable, and to travel. So the Air Force or the military was always in the back of my mind in high school, but I never kind of made that commitment, never thought like, well, that's what I want to do right away. So after some time living in the real world, so to speak, I decided that that was a good avenue for me, was the military, to kind of do the things that I wanted to do in life. And then part of it too, once I was in, you kind of get caught up in that, you're serving your country, you're serving your country, you're protecting our freedoms, and you're kind of a representative, anywhere in the world. So that kind of became a second, inspiration to me.
And what advice do you have for people interested in serving in the armed forces?
The military, I have talked to students or people over the years, and the military isn't for everybody, because when you're in there, there is discipline, you have to follow rules, and some people, just not cut out for that. But if you want a sense of, serving your country, if you want to learn skill or trade, if you want to travel, those are, good options, and the military definitely, can provide that for you. And it's a good place to start. Education-wise as well, like it served me well. I was able to, finish my schooling and even go on to more college and more degrees that I thought I would ever get. So it was just a good opportunity for me. And if other people are kind of similar to my maybe thought process or have that maybe goals that I had, then that's a good option for them.
And what is a fond memory you have of serving?
Gosh, there's so many when I think about them, but because I had 28 years of service, so it was a lot of years to have a lot of good things happen to you, and some challenging things as well. But I think the one thing that comes to mind when I hear that question is I remember spending a year in Turkey, and we had a detachment of Air Force personnel on a Turkish base, and there was only 105 of us. So being in a foreign country with a small group of people, you really had to bond together. And the mission that we had there was an important one because we were supporting NATO. So we really had to come together, and there was all different walks of life, all different races, religions, opinions or thought processes with people. But we all had to come together to serve a common goal, and to see and to have that group of people come together and support the mission like we did for that year that we were there. That was really cool for me. So I really enjoyed that moment.
Thank you for coming in today.
Thank you very much for having me. I appreciate it.
We would like to take a moment to thank everyone that participated in the Veterans Day program here for the John Glenn School Corporation. All of our schools took an active role in this program. We all, in normal circumstances, put on our own Veterans Day program, but this just was not possible this school year. We would also like to take a moment to once again honor and recognize all the veterans from all the branches of the military. You are truly appreciated. Thank you so much. Happy Veterans Day.